Good morning, children. We start our lesson. Okay, we have completed it. So, obtaining the silk. Okay, from the cocoon. Obtaining the silk fiber. Obtaining the silk from silk fiber. Silk fiber from cocoon is called reeling. Is called reeling. So it is the picture here. It is called the reeling now. So it is ended. This is the reeling. This. Okay. They are twisting. So how they do the reeling? They are done with a machine. Okay. This reeling will be done with a machine. A specialized machine will be present. This is known as the reelers. Okay. Done with the machine. And okay, so when they do it, so this is known as, okay, which machine they do? They are called the reelers. Reelers or the twisters. They are called the twisters. Reeler or the twister. Which machine they do with the reeler or the twister? The silk fiber is carefully collected from the cocoon. So how they are collected? This from the cocoon they collect the silk threads. They collect the silk threads, that is yarn. Okay, that is yarn. And such threads are wound together to make a yarn. So, after collecting the thread fiber from this, they make the, and then they make into the yarn. They make into the yarn. Okay. And wounded together to make a yarn from which it is reeled. Okay, they are reeled. Okay, they are reeled. Have you seen like this on one of the wooden or on the paper wrap? They make the wounded here like this. You can see the thread which is seen in our houses. So this is the yarn. Okay, so which is reeled. This yarn is clean, bleached and colored. So whatever they have been reeled here, what they do, they make them clean. So they clean it and they bleach. Why they are doing the bleaching means to obtain the color. We use different colors to that yarn. Yes or no? We are making the yarn, that is thread-like structure, and then so when it is bleached, when you bleach, first they wash it or they clean this one. They cleaned. After cleaning, they bleach. They bleach. Why? By using the chemicals, they bleach. Why they are bleaching means to obtain the color, to get this yarn color, different colors. We see the silks in different colors, yellow, white, green, pink, like this. To obtain this color, they have to bleach the yarn. They have to bleach the yarn. The yarn is ready to be woven. Okay, now when the yarn is ready, so they make after cleaned or bleach and also and they colored what they make into the they woven into a okay they make woven into a variety of fabric. So they after making into the yarn, so they are so when they ready, when the yarn is ready, so they make them into the fabric or the cloth. Fabric is nothing but a cloth. By this only we make our dresses. Okay. So design fabrics on looms. You can see Reeling Center at Nandi Kottur, Hyderabad. And okay, so we can see this. So they make the fabric. So by using the yarn, they make the fabric with the different colors. We can see on the looms. Have you seen the looms? See here, it is there. See, this is the loom. It is the loom. So by using this, they can make the a cloth. Like this, they can make the cloth. Okay. Now, stage 4. Now, stall 4 or the stage 4. By making the, how they make the cloth. Okay. Stall 4. Nirima saw a handloom at one corner of the exhibition shop with the person displaying it. I am Bhupati, belong to the Pochampalli. Okay, Pochampalli, have you heard the place Pochampalli? Pochampalli. Okay, this is also known as the Silk City. Silk City of Telangana. Of Telangana. Okay, it is known as the Silk City of Telangana. Pochampalli is also known as the Silk City of Telangana. We weave silk fabric by using the silk yarn on handlooms. So what we do, we use the silk yarns. We use the silk yarns to make what to make the fabric. To make the fabric. Okay, whatever we have the sarees, Yes or no? We have the sarees, dhoti, dress materials. With the silk fibers, we are getting the silk dress materials. So we can make many things with that silk yarn to make the fabric. We weave silk fabric by using silk yarn on handlooms. For us, weaving is a traditional from the olden days. From the olden days, our occupation in our state, in our country, we have the weaving is an occupation. Weaving is an occupation. Weaving is an occupation. What it is? It is our oldest occupation. It is a one type of jobs here. They are weaving this. They are wrapping this. Everything will be made like that. We get silk yarn from the reeling center to weave a varieties of sarees. So from where we are getting the silk yarn? From the reeling centers. From where we are getting this silk yarn? From the reeling centers. From the reeling centers we are getting the silk yarns. Okay. Pochampalli Pattu and Dharmavaram are famous types produced by our state. You can see in our in our houses also. Your mothers have the Pochampalli sarees, Dharmavaram sarees also. They comes under the silk sarees. They are the famous. Pochampalli and the Dharmavaram sarees are famous in our Telangana. Pochampalli Pattu is also called the tie and dye or Jamdani. So like this Jamdani, they do like this. Jamdani sarees. They have the from the top and from the bottom they have the different threads. Okay, see here. Have seen this? Okay. So we have the different types of in the Dharmavaram sarees is famous for this wide border. So they have the different patterns. In the Pochampalli, you can see the temple like this. Pochampalli designs like this it may be. Okay, you can see the design like this in the Pochampalli. But in the Dharmavaram, you have the wide borders. Borders will be very broad. Very broad it may be. Okay. So they have the difference. And the rich buttas. On the top they have the mango shape or the round shape with the jerry. With the jerry they have the patterns, different patterns. Banaras, Kanchipuram, Dharmavaram, Narayanapet, Kota, Pochampalli are all types of silk fibers. So whatever the Pochampalli, so where they are made, so it is made where the sarees where they are made this. Okay, this place also they are Pochampalli, Dharmavaram. The saree which are made at the Dharmavaram. Banaras sarees means which made at the Banaras. Okay, so all they are Kanchipuram sarees. Everything they are the types of silk sarees. Pochampalli, Dharmavaram, Kanchipuram. Okay, these all are types of silk sarees. They get their names from the places where they are made. Okay, how they get the names of these sarees, Pochampalli sarees, where they are made. Okay, where they are made. So they have given the name to that sarees, Pochampalli. So Pochampalli is a place where they are made the sarees. You may have also heard the names of Tasar silk, Muga silk, Kosa silk, Eri silk, etc. as you went through different stalls. Okay, when we go to the any exhibition also, we can see the different types of clothes. Pada silks ani chala silks unnai. Some chemicals add strength to silk fiber. So have you seen the silk threads? Silk threads will be very smooth. Okay, they are very shiny. To make them strong or the strength, they add the chemical. They add the chemical to make them strong. So chemicals add strength to silk fiber. Silk is used to make other products as well like satin and crepe. By this silk fiber, okay, by silk yarn or silk fiber also, we can make them into the satin cloth. Okay, you can make the product from the silk is satin and the crepe. Satin and the crepe. So they are made with the silk only. Satin, I have seen the satin very smooth. Very smooth it is. We have both handlooms and powerlooms to weave silks. Okay, so how they are weaving this silk fabric? They are weaving through the handlooms and the powerlooms. Handlooms and the powerlooms. Powerlooms means which is we are using here electricity. We are not using here electricity. By hand only we are weaving the cloth. Nilima was filled with wonder and delight about the fabric of her silk frock. She tried to make a flow chart of life cycle of silk moth, tried to help her. So life cycle. It is very important. Okay, it is very important this diagram. They may ask in the 4 marks answer or the 2 marks answer. Learn this. So from the thread you get from the average cocoon ranges from 1000 to 3000 feet and about 2000 to 3000 cocoons are required to make a 500 grams of silk. So to make 500 grams of silk, how many cocoons we require? From 2000 to 3000 cocoons are required to make the 500 grams of silk. Okay, so it is we have completed our silk. Okay, now we start with the wool. We start with the wool now. We have completed the silk. Now the story of the wool. Next day Nilima visited another part of the exhibition with her grandpa. The entrance was shaped like a big shield. So the next day Nilima went to the other exhibition. Okay, with her grandfather. And they went. So you have seen this. There she saw different varieties of woolen clothes. So now we will learn about the wool. Okay, wool. From where we get the wool? From where we are getting the wool? We are getting this wool from the different animals. From different animals we are getting the wool. Okay, from different animals we are getting the wool. Like, what type of animal we are getting? Like sheep, goat, yak, which is present in the cold regions. Camel, and camel, alpaca, Aima, llama. Llama. These are the animals. We get the wool. That is hair of the animal. So with this wool, what we make or what we are we make different types of clothes. Sweaters we are making from the sweater. We are making the sweater. Muffler we are making. Muffler means which around our neck they will wrap it. Muffler, hats, monkey caps. Yeah, you have the monkey caps. In the winter season we wear this. And the long coats with the wool, long coats, etc. we make with this table cover also we make the door. Door mats also with the wool. So how the wool is obtained? We get the wool from the sheep. We get the wool from the hair of the sheep, goat, hair of the animals. We get how we are getting the wool? We are obtaining the hair. How we are getting the wool? From the hair of the sheep, goat, camel, alpaca, and the llama. These are the animals we get the wool from that animals. It is also called the fleece or the fur. Okay, have you seen the goat or the sheep? They have the fur on their body. Yes, they have the fur on their body. Fur ఉంటుంది కదా దీనిపైన. So they take this fur. They call it as the hair also we can call it, or the fleece. We call it as a fleece or the fur of the animal. Okay, this is nothing but the wool. It is mainly a protein. So the silk, which is obtained from the silkworm, it is also a protein. It is also a protein. So the hair of this animal is also a type of protein. A type of a protein. Okay. Good quality of wool is obtained from the merino sheep. So which type of okay, which gives a good quality of wool is merino sheep. Merino sheep will give the good quality of wools. They give the good quality. Okay. The merino sheep will give the good quality of wool. They are specially reared. Okay. They are reared specially. They are growing specially for the wool only. To grow the wool. To get the wool. To obtain the wool. We are rearing the merino sheep. The fleece is, the hair of this merino sheep is 3 to 5 inches. 3 to 5 inches it is. 3 to 5 inches long hair. They have the very long hair. That is 3 to 5 inches they have. And long and very fine and most valuable. And it is also very costly. This hair, the hair of this merino sheep, they have the very costly hair. The merino sheep may yield about 5 to 18 kgs of wool per year. Okay. Per year, okay. Per year, how many they are per year? How many they are giving? They are giving 5 to 18 kgs of wool. They are giving every year. Okay, 5 to 18 kgs of wool they are giving every year. Merino sheep, it is very important, but they may ask in the 1 mark answer. 3 to 5 inches, and per year they give the 5 to 18 kgs of fleece or the fur or the hair. Grandpa, do you find any differences between the hair of all animals? Yes, we can. Certainly, hair of camel that lives in Rajasthan is not same as Angora goat that lives in the Kashmir. So, each and every animal have the different hair on their body. They are not same. They are not same. The hairs of the sheep is different from the goat, and this is different from the yak. So, they have the differences in their hair. They are not. Some have the soft, smooth. Some have the rough hair. Like this, they may be varies from animals to animals. Camel have the rough and coarse hair. That is rough hair. Camel have the, when you compare the camel and Angora goat, when you compare the camel and the Angora goat, okay, when you compare this, they have the, what they have the rough and coarse. That is somewhat twisty. Okay, like this. Okay. And when you see this under this hair, rough hair, some animals usually have the soft hair as well. In the rough hair also they have some smooth hairs. Some smooth hair also present under the rough hair. In the Angora goat, we can see they have the very soft hair. Angora goat also they have the soft hair. They have the soft hair. They live in the Rajasthan, and Angora goat, okay, they live in the Kashmir. Okay, it is in the Rajasthan. Where you find the camel? We find the camel more in Rajasthan, but Angora goat we can find more in Kashmir. So they have the rough hair, and the Angora goat have the soft hair. And merino sheep also have the soft hair. In Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, Uttaranchal, Arunachal Pradesh, Sikkim, Haryana, Punjab, Rajasthan and Gujarat, they are often reared on large farms. So these are the states, they grow the more goats and goats and camel, they wear more to get the wool, to get the wool. So now we will learn how they are getting this wool from the animals. Okay, how they are getting the wool or the fur from the animals. That is a sheet to cut fleece from the sheep. See here. It is called the shearing. By using the razor or the blade, they take out the fur from the sheep. It is known as the shearing or cutting of fleece from the animal. That is a sheet to cut fleece from the sheep. During spring season, fleece of hair of sheep is removed from its body. So in the spring season, what they do, they cut the hair from the, or they remove the hair from the animal by using the razor. They cut the hair of the animal. Okay, by using the razor. Okay, in the spring season only they do this. They remove the hair of the animal. Okay, by using the razor. This process is known as shearing. Okay, this process ni emantam manam shearing. So after shearing, what they do? After shearing, what happened? We can see only the skin of this animal. Only you can see the skin of this animal. On the skin, they will apply the grease. On the skin, they apply the grease to prevent. Why they are applying the grease? It should not be damaged. The skin should not be damaged. That's why they are applying the grease. Nilima, come here. See this big water tank. Okay, after this they collect the wool. They collect the hair of the animal. So what they are doing? They are collecting the hair of the animal. After collecting the hair of the animal, so after shearing, what they are collecting the hair. They are collecting the hair, and after collecting the hair, what they do? They put it in the tanks. Shed skin with hair is dipped in such tanks and stirred with a spade. So what they do? They put it in the tanks. Okay, and they still it means they mix well. Whatever the dirt is present on the hair, they will remove. Okay, they will be removed. Often it may be washed under the stream of water as well. After that they will put under the tap to clean the hair of the animal. This water contains some chemicals to remove the grease, dirt and the dust. So in that water also, so when they are streaming the water, in the streaming of water they contain some chemicals. Why they contain some chemicals in the water? When you wash this, the hair should be clean. Okay, they contain the dust or they contain the dirt. Okay, that's why they are using the chemical to remove the dust and dirt from the hair of the animal. This process is called washing of the scoring. Our process ni మనం ఏమంటాం? This process known as the scoring. Scoring. What we call it as? Scoring. We call it as a scoring. The removing of hair from the animal is known as this process is known as shearing. So when you collect this hair and we wash with the water to remove the dust and the dirt from the hair of the animal, this process is known as the scoring or the washing. washing. Okay. After washing, cool air is passed over the wool, which makes it softer. After washing, what they do? They will pass this. Okay. After washing the hair, they pass the cool air. Okay. They pass the cool air to become the soft. Okay. Why they are passing the cool air? To make the hair soft. Why they are passing the air into the okay, to make the hair soft, to make the hair soft. Till here you read the lesson, girls. Okay, and also draw. Okay, in 2 days I am going to give the second lesson question answers to you. First and second lesson question answers to you. Okay, thank you.